Nothing hits harder than watching a main character lose everything. Family, friends, power, reputation, even their sanity. These are the anime where the protagonist falls from grace, faces tragedy, and struggles to rebuild, or in some cases, never recovers. If you love dark, emotional, and heartbreaking stories, you're in for a ride. Here are the top 10 anime where the MC loses it all. 𴑖ᴇʟᴄ is an underground fighter in the dystopian city of Lux. After a brutal encounter, he loses an arm and a leg, left to die in a world that thrives on violence and despair. He is later revived with experimental cybernetic limbs, but his humanity begins to slip away as he becomes entangled in a power struggle between warring factions. As he fights to uncover the truth of the city's origins, he finds himself more alone than ever, questioning whether survival is even worth it. Shuu, an ordinary boy, is suddenly transported to a war-torn world where a tyrannical king rules with an iron fist. Taken prisoner and forced into military servitude, Shuu experiences unthinkable suffering, watching children forced into battle and innocent people massacred. His spirit is relentlessly tested as he struggles to protect a mysterious girl and find a way back home. But with every passing moment, his hope dwindles in the face of the world's endless cruelty. Sheena discovers a strange star-shaped creature, thinking she has found a harmless companion. However, the creature is linked to a dark and twisted reality, where others who possess similar beings use them as weapons. Sheena's world crumbles as her friends become enemies, their government intervenes, and she is forced into a life-or-death struggle that exposes the worst of human nature. What started as a simple adventure turns into a nightmare of psychological torment and loss. Vincent Law is an immigrant worker living in a domed city where humanoid robots, known as auto-reeves, serve humans. After a chance encounter with a mysterious being called a proxy, his identity is thrown into question. He is exiled from the city and embarks on a dangerous journey across a ruined world, uncovering horrifying truths about his existence. Stripped of his past and sanity, Vincent is forced to confront his own nature and whether he ever truly had control over his life. Kei Kurano is killed in a subway accident, only to awaken in a mysterious room with others who have recently died. They are forced to participate in a deadly game orchestrated by a black sphere known as Gantz. As he fights against grotesque alien creatures, he watches his comrades fall one by one. With each death, his sense of morality is eroded, and he begins to question whether he is still human or just a pawn in a cruel cosmic game. Kiba and his pack of wolves search for a legendary paradise, believing it to be their salvation. However, the journey is fraught with suffering as they are hunted, betrayed, and forced to endure unimaginable hardships. One by one, they fall, their dreams crushed by the cruel world around them. By the time Kiba reaches what he believes is paradise, he's left questioning whether it ever existed at all. A quiet rural village becomes the site of a horrific epidemic when its residents begin to die and return as vampires. Dr. Toshio Ozaki fights desperately to save his people, but as the line between human and monster blurs, he is forced to make brutal decisions. Those who resist are either turned or slaughtered, and in the end, the village is reduced to ruin, leaving behind only blood and regret. Chisei, a high school girl, is transformed into the ultimate weapon in a brutal war. Her boyfriend Shuji watches helplessly as she becomes less human with each battle, losing herself to the machine she has become. As her emotions fade and her body deteriorates, their love is tested to its breaking point. When the war ends, all that remains is devastation, and Shuji is left wandering through the ashes of a world that no longer exists. Yuji Kaito wakes up after years in cryogenic sleep, only to find Earth overrun by monstrous creatures called the Blue. He is thrust into a desperate fight for survival, but as the battle rages on, he loses his innocence, his humanity, and everyone he cares about. By the time he discovers the truth about the Blue and their connection to humanity, it is far too late. Earth has already become a wasteland. A young girl carries a fragile egg through a desolate, rain-soaked world, searching for meaning in an existence that seems empty. She meets a mysterious boy who questions her beliefs, and in a tragic moment of betrayal, the egg, her last hope, is shattered. Left alone, she fades into the void, her journey ending in uncertainty, a haunting exploration of loss, faith, and the fragility of human existence. And that wraps up our list. Which of these animes broke you the most? Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more heartbreaking anime lists. Until next time, stay strong, anime fans.
Oh,